He did it all for him last week. An absolute ton of yardage with a touchdown on top of it. It's the Lions and the Cowboys, next on EA Sports.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. No run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. Time for Dak Prescott of the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 18 carries, 75 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
23 yards, the final tally.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him.
And he's going to go down. They sack it back right around the 30. Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Prescott on play action. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he's hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Cowboy defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down. The Lions at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
This is fielded at the 27. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder...
Taking it right down Broadway. He may go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
Well, the numbers for Gibbs from last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now it's gone. His throw incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Tony Pollard and his Dallas teammates ready again on offense. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Prescott to throw it. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. This defense for the Lions much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Now Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Over the middle here to Wilson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and at the Lions 13-yard line.
Here's Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Detroit getting set to go now. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Here's Goff now on second down. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He's trying to parlay that great performance last week, NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2, into a great performance in Week 3.
And the way he was able to do it last week, he started off doing it again this week. Energy, the way he comes off the line of scrimmage, attacks the defense, sets them back on their heels, and
it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 113 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Pollard again. He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw is Prescott. And it's caught. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Pollard will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. Pollard one more time. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And his kick here is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On second down, here's Gibbs. Oh, he shifts past him. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Play action. It's gone. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. He's to the 15. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Aubrey now for the point after.
Panther.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And in for the Lions, touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to claw one back. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 142 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Going to run again here with Pollard. Avoids him at the 40. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. So no gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Prescott. He's got it. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 26.
Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Gibbs straight ahead. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On second down, here's Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. To throw is Goff. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Throwing again is Goff. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the red zone now, Goff. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game over.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. To the air again, Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 186 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Trying to run forward with Pollard. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now gone. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. On second down, it's Pollard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.